What if you could eliminate the root cause of a disease at the genetic level? And what if it only took a single injection to make it go away forever? This isn't science fiction. It's a reality unfolding in Cambridge, Massachusetts. And at the center of it all is Intellia Therapeutics. Intellia Therapeutics is a biotech company pioneering in vivo CRISPR gene editing, a method that allows for precise edits to DNA directly inside the body. Instead of removing cells, editing them outside the body, and reintroducing them, Intellia's approach uses a one-time intravenous injection to deliver CRISPR directly to target cells like hepatocytes. The first tangible result came in the summer of 2021. Intellia announced that its gene editing therapy, NTLA 2001, nexiguran, had reduced patients' blood levels of transthyretin TTR protein by an average of 87%. TTR is the protein responsible for transthyretin amyloidosis, a rare genetic condition that leads to peripheral nerve damage and cardiac dysfunction when it accumulates in tissues. The treatment proceeded to phase 3 trials, targeting both cardiomyopathy and polyneuropathy phenotypes. The therapy's promise, permanent gene silencing from a single administration, shocked both the medical community and the investment world. But the innovation also brought mystery. Most pharmaceutical business models rely on recurring prescriptions and continuous dosing. For chronic diseases like hypertension or diabetes, this creates predictable and sustained revenue. In contrast, Intellia's treatment model involves a one-time administration. While ideal scientifically, it poses serious challenges for long-term commercial sustainability, an uncommon and risky structure, even at the venture capital stage, let alone for a public company. Meanwhile, Intellia took on another rare disease, hereditary angioedema. Their second therapy, NTLA 2002, lonvogerin, entered global phase 3 trials in January 2025. The surprising part, patient enrollment across the globe was completed in just 9 months. Typically, patient enrollment for a global phase 3 study takes 12 to 18 months, especially for rare diseases where eligible patients are harder to find. What does such an unusually rapid enrollment imply? It may suggest extraordinary demand and anticipation among clinicians and patients. Or it could hint at internal pressure to accelerate timelines, perhaps due to financial concerns, competitive positioning, or investor expectations. Further complicating the picture is the voluntary withdrawal of NTLA 3001, a gene editing therapy for alpha-1 antitrypsin deficiency, in mid-2024. Most biotech firms maintain multiple clinical programs to diversify risk and boost odds of success. But Intellia chose to consolidate focus and capital into just 2 late-stage pipelines. While this could reflect confidence, it also concentrates risk, an unsettling prospect for investors. As of August 2025, Intellia disclosed approximately $630 million in cash and marketable securities, stating this would sustain operations through the first half of 2027. While seemingly adequate, simultaneously running 3 late-stage trials could strain these resources. Additional funding may become necessary, even if the company hasn't publicly indicated so. Amid these dynamics, another intriguing element emerges: the possibility of redosing. Intellia has hinted at clinical evidence that, under certain conditions, a patient could potentially receive the therapy more than once. This could transition the model from one-time treatments to a repeatable therapy framework, dramatically improving revenue sustainability. But this raises the core mystery. Redosing in gene editing therapy is notoriously complex. Immune responses, antibody development, and tissue changes after the first dose create formidable biological barriers. Furthermore, regulators like the FDA currently approve most gene therapies under the assumption of one-time use. So Intellia's mention of redosing is at best a scientific possibility, not a regulatory or commercial reality. The requirements for such an approach, patient selection, dosing criteria, immune safety, remain largely undefined. And yet Intellia appears fully committed to this high-stakes path. Why? Is it unshakable scientific confidence, or is it a calculated gamble driven by factors we don't yet understand? Everything now points to the first half of 2026, when Phase 3 results from both NTLA 2001 and NTLA 2002 are expected. NTLA 2001 aims to demonstrate not just TTR reduction, but actual functional improvement and survival benefits. NTLA 2002 seeks to significantly reduce the frequency and severity of hereditary angioedema attacks. If both succeed, Intellia will become the world's first company to commercialize an in vivo gene editing treatment. But if either fails, years of capital and strategic focus may unravel, and so might investor confidence. Science has already shown the way. What remains is the question of whether that science can survive the market. Intellia Therapeutics. Will this name be remembered as a transformative chapter or a cautionary tale? Valuester also welcomes your suggestions for stocks or cryptocurrencies, public, private, or upcoming IPOs to cover in future videos. If you have a company or token in mind, let us know in the comments below. Your tip might be the start of our next deep dive. This was Valuester.